All right, scholars, we are on cycle 2. For cycle 2, we're going to be reading pages 100 to the end of the chapter, page 101. Let's open it up. Next thing, Graham is crying, and you can tell Graham is trying to make her feel better, going, "There, my dear, I know, there." A while later, I hear the cellar stairs creaking. It's Grim, and he knocks on my door. "Come on in." Grim comes inside, and for once he doesn't tell me what a rat hole I'm living in, or how it smells like a locker room because I forgot to put my socks in the hamper. He sits on the edge of the bed and folds his hands together. I never think about how old he is because he never acts old, but tonight he's all white and bent and his skin is saggy. He's about 1,000 years old, and he says, "I guess you heard the ruckus? Your grandma gets so upset. Bless her heart. Can't abide the idea of violence. Can't say I blame her." "Did he escape?" I ask. "Is that what happened?" Grim shakes his head. "He's up for parole." "That's dumb. That's so dumb." Grim goes, "You hit the nail on the head, son. What I did do, just so you know, I went into court and made it so he won't be allowed within a mile of this house. If he does try to come here, they'll send him back to prison. The judge promised me that much." I say, "Maybe you should get a gun." Grim doesn't say anything for quite a while, and then he goes, "Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I can't tell your grandma about it, though, and it would break my heart to lie to her. That's one thing we've never done." "I won't tell." Grim is quiet again, and then he stands up from my bed, and in this real old tired voice he says, "Everything is gonna be okay, Max. I'll make sure of it. But for the next few days I want you to stay in the house. Promise me you'll do that?" "Cross my heart," I say, "cross my heart and hope to die." We're gonna pause there. So we know that the dad is up for parole now. So I'd like you to pause this video and read this section about what parole is. I want to point out that it uses the word abide. I want to remind you that abide means to accept or put up with. Pause the video and read that now. All right. So now that you've read that article, let's take a second look at what happened right before this section, this conversation between Grim and Graham on page 100. And then who do you think our Annie might have been? We discussed that in the last cycle. That hasn't changed. But what does this exchange make you wonder about? And I want you to consider Grim's tone here. What is his attitude? We talked about how he was using sarcasm, but I want you to consider kind of how his attitude is coming off. What does this make you wonder about? When you're ready, move on to cycle 3.